Space Marine 2 roadmap update is dropping by the end of this month. So, we are definitely going to have a monthly dev community update, but we will not be getting a game update at the end of the month. That said, I think there's some good discussion about, what the game is offering at the moment, what is in store for the game, and I think this updated roadmap is going to do a good job at clarifying what to expect from the next couple of updates, and I think at the very least this means that it does put us in a position here to add some content to the roadmap. It's kind of hard to ignore that. I don't want to be coping, or I don't want to be, too optimistic about this. I don't want to, get my heart broken if I see a roadmap with somehow less content. But that said, I think with some of the articles that were coming out about Space Marine 2, I think this perfectly lines up for them to either clarify the dates for some stuff in the roadmap. They could potentially add some things in the roadmap. But we will see, because just wanted to clarify, we are not getting a game update at the end of the month. We are getting a roadmap update and probably a dev community, a dev community post where they kind of fill us in on what to expect, from the next couple updates. Regardless, I gotta say, I'm excited. I want to see the roadmap. I want to see a new roadmap with some new content. I know a lot of you guys do as well. But yeah, let's go into the conversation here. Let's see what people are expecting. Let's see if we can get any good guesses of what to expect from a updated roadmap. And what do you expect from an updated roadmap? Do you think they are going to add more content? Is there something you want to see added in the roadmap as far as champion skins or whatever? And let's be honest, we're all very, very excited for Horde mode. We are waiting patiently for Horde mode. I can see myself spending a lot of time in Horde mode. Just the game is just super good to play. It feels like a really fun game every time when I play it, every time when I go on an operation, no matter the difficulty, no matter what weapon I'm trying. Of course, there are problems here and there, and we will get into that. Hopefully, the dev update also does a good job at telling us what they are planning to fix. Because yes, I have been seeing a lot of conversations about matchmaking and, connection issues. And you know what? We might need to make another video on that, just to kind of, put that point across that might be the biggest problem holding the game back at the moment. But okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's look into the conversations people are having. Let's see if we can find any good information on what to expect from the roadmap update. They later mentioned that their Google document was 12 pages long, so I assume they've got quite a lot to talk about. Holy cow. Okay, we're getting some big news, aren't we? That's interesting. Google document 12 page long. You know what? Actually, I've read a lot of the community dev updates and stuff, so I'm going to ballpark how many extra pages this would be considered to what we get from the dev updates. I'm going to ballpark it. Let's say this is probably double the amount of pages. just probably. I've read a lot of dev updates, and I can kind of summarize what they say in them in a couple of, it's a couple paragraphs, I guess. But for the most part, it's 4 or 6 pages. If they have a Google document of 12 pages long for a updated roadmap, I can't imagine this being anything but something new. Honestly, I'm going to read more, but I think this is an interesting tidbit. I think Google document 12 pages long sounds like an announcement. It sounds something. You know what I mean? They could be switching something up. Dude, oh man, I'm a little nervous now. This could go either bad or good. Who knows? If the reason we didn't get anything since December is because they were fast-tracking Horde mode, I'd be so happy. Dude, could you really imagine? Oh man, okay. The thing is with the January update, which is the update, we're not getting an update in January, but the January dev update. The thing is, I can imagine the way that the sales have been going recently. Dude, it wasn't that long ago when they announced 5 million, and then they announced 6 million a week ago. So I don't know. There was a lot of sales. There clearly has been a lot of sales recently with this game. And honestly, I really can't see that being bad. Like, I genuinely can't see how any sort of update is just going to be bad for the game. Like, oh man, I'm just a little nervous. I'm a little nervous. I think, I genuinely think if they were fast tracking Horde mode, yeah, this is something I'd expect from that for sure. Like an updated roadmap. Okay, well, let's put out Horde mode a little bit sooner than expected. That would be interesting. That said, we still haven't heard anything about the PvP mode or whatever. And, you know, I enjoy PvP. I'm excited for it. But I know a PvP mode isn't going to hold over everybody who plays this game for Horde mode. I know it's going to hold over, you know, a handful or, you know, maybe even half. Maybe even more people get into PvP because the PvP mode's fun and the ad stuff. Regardless, it's not gonna hold back everybody. A new PvP mode, new PvP maps are not gonna hold back everybody. What everyone wants to see, including me, an avid PvP enjoyer, is Horde mode. Like honestly, I could just play. I bet you I could play Horde mode, like pretty much all day. The thing is, like the last Horde mode experience I've had was Gears 3, and since we really enjoyed playing that game, me and my friends were able to play Horde mode quite a bit on that. I feel like since then, I haven't seen anything that was like a Horde mode really regarded as interesting as Space Marine 2 could potentially be. And I don't know. Let me know in the comments if there's a Horde mode that really, you know, stands out to you. I know World War Z is a Horde mode type game, but I never played that. But that said, it's, you know, actually interests me more is that they have experience with Horde modes. So yeah, this could be potentially a big update. But yeah, if they fast track Horde mode, that would be wild. What if Horde mode comes out, like, not February, but like the month after? That would be insane. March, right? Holy cow. To be real, PvP is kind of growing on me. Okay, I'm super happy that I found a comment like this because you know, there's so many comments that I read that are like, you know, like, I'm kind of bored of the game. I played my class, and I leveled up my classes, but I haven't tried out any new weapons or anything, and I also don't want to try out PvP mode. It's like, brother, try some PvP. If you don't like PvP, maybe it'll grow on you. This is somebody who is mentioning that PvP is growing on them. So I always want to recommend not playing the team deathmatch PvP mode, because that one just feels like whoever gets the lead first, if your team just, you know, files order and just runs into the fight, you'll probably end up winning the game as long as you get the lead first. I don't know. Team deathmatch doesn't have enough strategy, and I think the not capture the flag, what would it be? It would be, you know, King of the Hill, and the points, basically, you know, getting the objective points mode. Not too sure if that. Yeah, I haven't played PvP in a while, as you can see. Capture and Conquer and the other one. But the thing is, PvP modes are much better with objectives. Like, Team Deathmatch is just not. When people say PvP is undercooked, they are 100% only playing Team Deathmatch. They play Team Deathmatch like 3 times, and then they're like, wow, PvP is undercooked. And it's like, it is a classic PvP system, but definitely play the other modes. Team Deathmatch should be more of like a practice mode, if anything. Hope they'll give PvP the right treatment. My wish list, and probably they'll hit some of it, exclusive cosmetics based on interesting challenges, more maps, different modes, longer health bars. For PvP, I gotta say, I think time to kill is actually pretty good for PvP. Considering other PvP games, time to kill is like much faster. I think this one's actually in a good spot. Longer health bars would just simply put, make fights longer. And it's really not like, you're not gonna change your play style within a longer fight as often as you think. Like, if you're a heavy and you're shooting a heavy bolter in a fight and you can kill somebody in like a couple shots or whatever, it's not any different than just firing the heavy bolter a couple more shots. It's really not. I think some of this longer health bar business is people, you know, thinking they're dying too fast or whatever, and they're not noticing somebody like in an assault class shooting them from the, you know, from above or something. They're like missing the fact that they're getting focused, and it's not as much as your health bar is too small. It's more the fact that you are jumping into a fight against, you think it's a 1v1, but it's actually a 3v1 because you didn't notice the bulwark in the hallway or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's more akin to something like that. Teamwork in PvP is key. And focusing targets in a team battle is also key. So I'm not surprised people are kind of like, wow, my health bar is kind of short. But you just have to pinpoint every factor, and then, maybe it is too short. But that said, there's always a way to really, understand what's actually happening within your death, and it's not always the stats. Higher experience, quicker. Yes, okay, he's 100% right. Yeah, the grind is insane for PvP at the moment. It's just no, like 20 games to level up. When you're at like 25 to 28, that point, dude, no. It is lethal tier grinding at 25 to 28 for PvP, man. It's so crazy. Quicker equipment unlocks, dude, look, okay, if you're getting more experience, you're gonna get quicker equipment unlocks. That's fine. Chaos customization, matchmaking fix. Yeah, matchmaking fix. Chaos customization we've talked about. That's probably unlikely, but I mean, it would be cool to get like at least a little bit of chaos customization. And yes, the matchmaking in general needs an update. It's just been really, it feels like matchmaking is just on a railroad. Like, you cannot, like, hop off the railroad to another railroad. It'll just crash. Like, essentially. But yeah, this is a good comment. Honestly, we need so much more content. There's just not enough to do, and I'm tired of playing the same missions over and over and over. Okay, so remember what I was saying about that last PvP content where a lot of the people who are bored of this game simply aren't, getting all they could out of the game because of, their disdain in trying new things. Their disdain in, trying to learn PvP or, play other classes, yada, yada, yada. For whatever reason, there's probably content. I think this person's just genuinely tired of playing operations, but I gotta say, I think there's more content in the game than this person is letting on. I've already got 2 classes at 25. Oh, holy cow, man. Man, that's nothing, dude. 2 classes at 25, and they say I've already got 2 classes. I've already hit 20% of the leveling requirements. There's not enough content in this game. I'm 20% through it. I know I'm being a little harsh here, but aren't they kind of being harsh as well to their own situation, saying there's just not enough to do? I got 2 classes at 25. Brother, I have every class at 25 now. I have my sniper at 25 on PC. I have my tactical at 25 on PC, and my bulwark is going to be 25 soon on PC. And then on console, everything's 25 besides the sniper, because I just simply refuse to play the sniper with a paddle. It's not that bad, but it really depends. Certain enemies are just such a headache to try to aim at with the paddle. If they're already a headache to aim at with the mouse and keyboard, I'm talking about the disc shamans, obviously. But okay, but that said, I know I'm in a special case. Not everyone is playing the game as much as I am. But that said, I also really enjoy the game. So I do want to put my example out there, because if I'm enjoying the game and I'm finding stuff to still do, because keep in mind, I have every class essentially leveled up to 25. I don't have every weapon leveled up all the way. I have weapons that are still in green that I want to use in lethal, and it's I gotta grind it, and that's where we basically meet in the middle here. Is I understand that it can be an issue grinding these missions to level up weapons, missions that you've already beaten, but you just really have to find something new. You have to find something new to try out. The perk system, even though it's a little underdeveloped and we'll get an update, does offer some sort of like game strategy changes. Like along with the combat knife, like Shadow Striker, I forget what it's called. I haven't really gotten down to use it yet, but you can just switch to heavy attacks on the combat knife. That can completely change your build, So, I don't know. I just think sometimes I've seen a difficulty explanation of this game where it's easy to learn but hard to master. I feel like that hard to master part this is where the wall is, because you got 2 classes of 25. That's really good. I can say this person's a gamer, right? But there's probably a new weapon you can try out for one of your classes. This person says, I've got 2 classes of 25 and maxed every weapon. I'm assuming they mean maxed every weapon for those 2 classes, which is possible-ish because like a chainsword and such. But that said, if you maxed every weapon and you have 2 classes of 25 who are probably sharing those weapons, then you're likely doing the same thing over and over again in these operations that you're replaying, you know what I mean, to grind. So it's like, I don't know, you got 2 classes of 25, maybe put the game down a bit, come back in, you know, a couple days or whatever, try out a new class, try out a new weapon, try out PvP, or at least put the attempt out there to where I can justifiably say that we need more content because you have 2 classes of 25. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just not convinced that this person's doing everything they can to squeeze the content out of what's left, because it seems to me they got a lot left to play, to be completely honest. Don't really want to grind another class again. Yeah, see, exactly. So it's not about, okay, at least they clarify right at the end here. It's not about the game. It's not about the game. It's about you. It's about you. Holy cow. I do think this is, you know, actually a pretty good example of the general, you know, approach to when people criticize this game for not having more content. Only a handful of those criticisms are from people who are enjoying the game as much as people who are, you know, satisfied with the content. Also, there's a handful of these criticisms of players like this who don't want to admit that they don't want to grind another class again. They would rather complain about there not being enough content. So, I know this is kind of getting way too deep into this one comment here, but it says a lot about how people kind of can overreact to the amount of content in the game, but what they really want to say is they're not interested in doing a specific thing that other people are interested in, because at that point, it's a problem with them, and they don't want to say that. They want to say, hey, game bad, I'm good. That's what they want to say, you know what I mean? Holy cow. You know what, that said, I know I went really hard at this comment, but it's not specifically this comment, it's comments like this that I see a lot. That's pretty much my point. But yeah, you're rightfully able to, you know, you have your opinion, you got what you needed out of the game. If you want more, you genuinely have to kind of broaden your taste a little bit to get more, something like that, you know what I mean? But that said, that wasn't really a lot about the updated roadmap. So let's at least find somebody talking about the updated roadmap. But I am glad that I was able to find a comment like this to kind of explain my point about why I'm optimistic about the game and how I think some people who are asking for more content, not all of them are not all of them are justified to say that. You're always justified to have your opinion, but it's justified to take seriously, I guess. Something like that. One of the community developers stated that the update roadmap would cover 2025 and 2026. Okay, there we go. You know how long it took me to find this comment? This comment has no upvotes and was made 19 hours ago. I found somebody saying what this person's about to say before I found somebody actually mention a date. Holy cow. And currently, they have a 12-page Google document for it. All right, so I'm actually correct when I am assuming that the next dev community update is potentially double the information we normally get. And this person is saying 2025, 2026 roadmap, and that 100% makes sense because they are going to explain. Holy cow. I really hope I'm right about this because that would be dope. They are really going to explain what to expect in 2026. This is after Horde mode. This is after, hopefully, a PvP update and a PvP mode. And this is after balance changes, after new cosmetics. And, you know, they're probably going to have to update Horde mode a little bit. So, I'm excited. I'm excited. This comment right here, shout out to this comment, it has no upvotes. It's literally upvoted once, and that is the default upvote you get. So, which is, you know, it's whatever. Who really cares about upvotes? They're just there. But the information here is real. So, boom. Boom. All right, okay, I'm hyped, I'm hyped. I'm sorry that it took me this long to find this comment, but it's literally one of the last comments on this post. Holy cow. Yeah, let me know in the comments how you guys are feeling. Yeah, I know I started off this video a little bit pessimistic, not pessimistic, a little bit skeptical, I would say. But now I'm full-blown hyped, so just maybe meet me in the middle some here. But yeah, if you're as hyped as I am, definitely let me know in the comments. I'm excited.